Hey everybody, we're going to talk today about how to organize your fabrics. I'm going to show you what I do with my fabric stash that I have found that works the best. Now I have tried in the past using tubs to put my stash in because I had a place where I had to put away my sewing and put away things, and so I used tubs. It worked, but it wasn't very handy. I'm able now to have a shelf where I have all of my fabric stash, or most of my fabric stash, and it's here right behind me. Let me show you. So this is my fabric stash. It's all on one wall. These are all of the items that are over a half a yard of fabric. Now I separate my fabrics by if they're under a half a yard, they go in with fat quarters. Everything under half a yard is another section. I'll show you that in a minute. But these are my larger pieces. So what you're looking at is this is a bookshelf that that is eight cubicles, and it's set on its side. So what I have done is I've purchased three very inexpensive shelves, and I've stacked them. So the bottom 4 cubes are a stack of cubes, and then we have the next 4, which is a separate piece, and the top, which is a separate piece. And then at the very top, I've added also a little bit more with the bins, and I'll show you what I do with all of these. So first of all, this is a very inexpensive way to get your fabrics up where you can see them, and that's what I really like. It's so much easier. It's the best way that I know how to organize them. What I've done is I have used, let me go on this side, I have used super simple. I just use cardboard, or I use bolts, empty bolts. So you can get empty bolts from, a lot of times your fabric shops will have them, and if you ask for them, they'll give them to you. But I'll show you how I do it with the bolts and with cardboard. I like to stack my fabrics this way because this is why fabric shops put their fabrics up like this, so that you can look and see everything and really very easily choose what you like, and that's what I have. I've also arranged it somewhat by color here in the top sections. Everything here on the top 2 sections, when I put them onto the cardboards, which this is a cardboard we're going to work on today, when I put them on cardboard, that means that they are less than 3 yards of fabric. Anything bigger than 3 yards, I find very hard to wrap onto a board very easily. So that's why below you'll see that I then will stack fabrics, and those are just stacked vertically, just folded up and stacked. So those are larger pieces. That's how I can very easily know which ones are good for backings, which ones have smaller pieces. It's a nice system that I like to use. So let me show you, super simple, how I do it. So hang on just a second. Okay, so here we are. There, you can see. So like I said, I have lots of boxes that come in from Amazon, from all kinds of places when I order, and I simply will cut off pieces of the box. Very often the flaps at the ends of the box work really well for me, so I'll cut them off. I know that I need a piece that is 10 inches long. This one is too long. This is one I made earlier, and it's just the wrong size. It's super simple. I use a rotary cutter that has an old blade in it, so this rotary cutter I only use for paper and cardboard, so I can use it for everything. I'm going to measure up, and I want 10 inches. Now, what you'll see is sometimes it'll cut pretty nicely, and then you break it off. If it doesn't, you can also go to the back and kind of finish it off there. An old rotary blade is pretty good. Now that's not perfectly straight, I don't really care. I'm going to be putting fabric on it. So here we go. This is a piece of fabric that I dyed many years ago, and I want to wrap it so that I can have it out where I can see it. If I see it, I'll use it in a project. So it's a pretty loud piece, but it is what I need to wrap today. So I will fold it so that it will fit on the cardboard with about 1 inch at the top and 1 inch at the bottom. Then all I'm going to do, I'll start the piece, mostly covering it, and now we're just wrapping it. Pretty simple. Okay. And then when I'm done, just like at the fabric store, I'm going to take a pin and I'm going to slide it in there, making sure these are long pins. You don't want to push them all the way through the board, because next time you pick this up, you're going to poke yourself. So that's pretty thick fabric. Took me a minute. Okay. So that is all there is to wrapping your fabrics, and then I'm simply going to put that back up on my shelf and find a spot that it fits. I'll find a spot later. So super simple, free. You got cardboard boxes. Very nice for organizing. The other thing I want to show you is I have how I organize my fat quarters. Now this I came up with by accident. So I have a lot of fat quarters, or actually anything that is smaller than 2 yards. So 2 yards is, I'm sorry, anything smaller than a half a yard is what I will put in this box. Now I use boxes. I also have some shelves that have, like, I'm lucky enough to have in my studio some drawers that pull out, and I can just stack them, just sit them right in the drawers. Dressers this works for too, but it's nice to have a little bit of extra. Put them in the shoe boxes and then put them in the drawers. Works really well. What I found was, and I came upon this by accident, I found that a wonderful way to wrap your fat quarters is using CDs. CD cartridges. You can leave the old CDs in it, doesn't really matter. I happen to have a lot of them because we have my partner and I, we have a blues band. He has organized a blues band, and I sing in it, and we have CDs because over the years we've recorded CDs, and we have a few boxes of them. So I hate to throw them out, so to me it's kind of become a time capsule, that any CD I use and I wrap my fabric around it, someday I will come back upon it again. So it's kind of fun. You can get CD cartridges, the boxes that are empty. You can buy them at garage sales. People will give them to you, and you just simply take your fat quarter or any of your fabric that is less than a half a yard, wrap it on there. We're just putting the pins in, and then we put it in the box. Now I like to, when I'm very organized, I like to have these color coordinated. So this box is somewhat color coordinated. I've got a lot more. So the number of boxes is up to you on how many fat quarters you have, small pieces of fabric. But I find it really helpful to be able to have my fabrics organized by sizes. I've tried a lot of things over the years. This is what I've gotten to so far. Now you'll see that above me, the bins at the top, those, what I put in those are the projects that are UFOs that I can just pull them down and take a look at them. Those are the very lightweight, foldable, collapsible boxes that you can buy in the dollar store, almost anywhere. And you can get them in different colors, but then you can load them up with all kinds of things, tuck them to the top of your shelves, and they still look nice and tidy. So I hope that you find this helpful, and you can start digging into your stash and start getting it organized. Hopefully this has helped you. I have lots more in my studio that I need to organize and clean, so as I do and I come across some more ideas for you, I will let you know. Please hit the notification button if you want to know when we have new videos, and also subscribe. Thanks for joining me.